If you're thinking about buying the Xiaomi Redmi Watch 4, hold on for a second because I've got some eye-opening discoveries that might change your mind. This smartwatch promises a 1.97-inch ultra-wide AMOLED display, 20 days of battery life, and built-in GPS with over 150 sports modes. But here's what surprised me. Despite all these flashy specs, there are some major setbacks that most reviewers, and even the product page, barely mention. So, is the Redmi Watch 4 really worth your hard-earned $99.99, or is it just another hyped gadget destined for your drawer? Let's dive deep, unravel the truth, and find out who this watch is actually for. Before you get too excited, know this. What seems like a steal on Amazon with a solid 4.4-star rating hides some frustrating issues that could make you regret hitting that Buy Now button. I'm talking about problems with accuracy, user experience, and even the software that might leave you wondering if you're wearing a smartwatch or a tiny, overpriced paperweight. But don't worry, I'll show you the good, the bad, and ultimately whether this watch deserves a spot on your wrist. Stick around because by the end, you'll have everything you need to make a confident choice. Spoiler alert, it's not entirely doom and gloom. Let's start with the display because when you look down at your wrist, you want something crisp and clear, right? The Redmi Watch 4 features a 1.97-inch AMOLED panel with a 390 x 450 pixel resolution and a silky smooth 60 Hz refresh rate. In theory, that sounds fantastic. Vibrant colors, deep blacks, and buttery animations. And yes, when it works, the display is gorgeous and makes the watch look way more expensive than it is. But here's the twist. This ultra-wide screen can sometimes feel more like a gimmick than a benefit. Why? Because the user interface hasn't been fully optimized for this size yet. Text can appear cramped or awkward, especially when navigating menus, making it harder to scroll through your stats quickly. Imagine trying to catch a glimpse of your heart rate during a run but squinting like you forgot your glasses. Not quite seamless. Now, if you're someone who prioritizes fitness features, you'll be drawn to the Redmi Watch 4's built-in GPS and 150-plus sports modes. That should cover everything from swimming and cycling to yoga and hiking, right? In theory, yes. But here's where things get frustrating. The GPS, while touted as new and more accurate, sometimes struggles with signal lock, especially in urban environments or dense tree cover. During my test runs, it occasionally lost track of my route, giving me skewed distance data that made me question if I'd actually broken a sweat or just wandered aimlessly. And for an active user who relies on precise metrics, that's a big problem. Plus, while 150 sports modes sound impressive, not all of them are fully fleshed out. Some lack detailed tracking features or post-workout analysis, which reduces the overall fitness value. On to battery life. This is where the Redmi Watch 4 should shine. With up to 20 days of battery claimed, it promises to keep pace with some of the best smartwatches in the market. And yes, the battery life is excellent compared to many competitors that last barely a week. However, the catch is that this 20-day figure is based on minimal usage. Think notifications and basic health tracking without GPS or heavy app use. Add GPS tracking or continuous heart rate monitoring, and that number drops fast, closer to 5 to 7 days, which is still decent but not outstanding. So, if you're a power user who's glued to your watch during workouts or outdoor adventures, you'll want to factor this in. Let me rehook you here with something that might surprise you. This watch runs on Xiaomi's brand new HyperOS, which replaces the old MIUI for wearables. Sounds exciting, right? A new operating system often means better performance and smarter features. But here's the kicker. HyperOS is still in its infancy. Users report occasional lag, random app crashes, and limited app selection compared to more mature platforms like Wear OS or Watch OS. Plus, the rotating crown, marketed as a novel way to navigate, feels less intuitive. It's supposed to mimic the slickness of high-end smartwatches, but in practice, It's a bit fiddly and sometimes unresponsive. It's like buying a Ferrari but getting stuck with a speeding tricycle. Who exactly is the Redmi Watch 4 for? If you're a casual user who wants a stylish smartwatch with a great display, decent fitness features, and long battery life at a budget-friendly price, then this could be the device for you. It's definitely a step up from basic fitness bands and offers a lot of punch for the $99.99 price tag. However, if you're a fitness enthusiast or someone who demands precise GPS tracking and a robust app ecosystem, you might want to think twice. It's great in theory but not yet perfect in practice. Also, if you're coming from a more established smartwatch brand, the occasional glitches and the still developing HyperOS might drive you crazy. Now I know some of you are thinking, well, every smartwatch has its issues. True, but what makes or breaks a good watch is how it handles those issues. For Xiaomi Redmi Watch 4, support and updates are key. The good news: Xiaomi is actively rolling out patches and improvements, meaning the watch is a work in progress. So, patience could pay off. But if you're the kind who wants a flawless experience out of the box, the Redmi Watch 4 might leave you feeling like your pizza arrived cold. Disappointing but fixable after a call to customer service. Before I get into the finer details, here's a quick joke to lighten the mood. Why do smartwatches never get lost? Because they always keep track. Sadly, the Redmi Watch 4's GPS might disagree. But hang tight, there's more to unpack. Let's talk health tracking because this is a smartwatch's bread and butter. The Redmi Watch 4 offers heart rate monitoring and blood oxygen level measurements, which are standard features these days. Accuracy here is hit or miss. During my testing, the heart rate sensor generally performed well during rest but showed delays during intense workouts. For blood oxygen readings, it's fine for casual checks but doesn't replace medical-grade devices. So if you're relying on this watch for serious health monitoring, it's more of a wellness guide than a doctor on your wrist. That said, for everyday use, it does provide a decent overview and helps you stay mindful of your health stats. Another plus is the watch's design. It's sleek and lightweight, with a sporty yet minimalistic look that fits most wrists comfortably. The ultra-wide AMOLED display adds a premium feel, and the rotating crown gives it a bit of flair, even if it's not perfect in function. Plus, the strap is breathable and easy to swap if you want to personalize your look. So yes, it scores points for style and comfort. Time for another punchline. Why don't smartwatches ever tell secrets? Because they always share your pulse. Speaking of sharing, Xiaomi's notification support is decent but not flawless. Sometimes messages arrive late or without actionable quick replies, which can be annoying when you're trying to stay on top of your day without pulling out your phone. User experience can be either a hit or a miss. Navigating through the menus is mostly smooth, but not as responsive as higher-end watches. There's also no onboard music storage, so you'll have to rely on your phone to control tunes. And while you get water resistance suitable for swimming, the watch doesn't integrate with third-party health apps as seamlessly as some competitors, restricting your ability to sync data across platforms. Here's something you might not expect. The watch has an optional always-on display mode, which is great for quick glances. But beware, enabling this drastically cuts down your battery life. It's the classic tech trade-off, glanceability versus endurance. So consider your priorities carefully. By now, you might be wondering whether the Redmi Watch 4 is a hit or a miss. Well, it's somewhere in between. It's a promising budget smartwatch with impressive specs on paper and a few standout features, but held back by software quirks, inconsistent GPS, and a fledgling OS. The good news is Xiaomi is known for improving products through updates. So if you can wait and want an affordable, stylish device with decent fitness tracking, it's worth considering. But if you want something that just works flawlessly from day one, you might want to explore alternatives in the same price range, like the Amazfit GTS 4 or older versions of Garmin's entry-level watches, which offer more mature ecosystems and better reliability. Alright, here's my final joke for the road. Why did the smartwatch go to school? To get smarter. Hopefully, Xiaomi's HyperOS will graduate soon too. To wrap things up, the Xiaomi Redmi Watch 4 is a mixed bag. It delivers on display quality and battery life better than many of its rivals, which is impressive at under $100. The built-in GPS and sports modes add significant value, but come with a few caveats regarding accuracy and completeness. HyperOS is a bold move but needs time to mature. The rotating crown is a nice touch, but doesn't fully deliver on user experience. For casual users and those who want an affordable, stylish smartwatch, the Redmi Watch 4 is a reasonable choice, especially if you're already in the Xiaomi ecosystem. For fitness buffs or tech enthusiasts, it might leave you wanting more. If you're interested in grabbing the Xiaomi Redmi Watch 4 for the best price and trying it out yourself, check the link in the description below. Remember, technology is always evolving, and sometimes the best deal is to start with an entry-level device that grows with you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more honest reviews just like this one.